is Satish, an understated yet influential figure whose journey is nothing short of inspiring. Satish is the founder of F9 Technologies, an IT services company that he built 16 years ago with a unique vision to use its profits to fund various social initiatives throughout the city. Through his NGO, Vizag Volunteers, which has saved over 3,000 lives and provided over 25,000 plus oxygen cylinders among other critical equipment during the COVID-19 pandemic. Vizag Volunteers has facilitated over 1,500 plus blood donations, delivered 1 lakh plus food packets during various natural calamities, and even completed 570 odd beach cleanups in several of Vizag's beaches over the last 5 years. Satish's commitment to social change doesn't stop there. Through his venture, Kalam Dream Labs, he has created a resource-packed learning hub empowering students to transform their dreams into reality. His vision to provide mentorship, training, internships, startup support, and funding, helping passionate individuals thrive in their careers while making a positive impact on society. In this episode, we'll dive deep into his journey of blending business success with social impact, overcoming challenges, and creating platforms that inspire the next generation of changemakers. Satish's story is a powerful reminder that dreams, when coupled with purpose and action, can transform lives truly. See you there.
Hello, sir. It's great to have you here. So, first things first, I wanted to know how did you come up with the name Kalam Dream Labs? Given the Abdul Kalam and what inspiration you draw from Kalam sir and the logo you have in your venture.
Yeah, uh, I'm inspired by Abdul Kalam sir. Not only me, so lakhs of people and crores of people are inspired by Abdul Kalam sir. But when I came to know that sir has passed away, I don't know what to do. He always inspired me a lot. I felt like I'm missing something in my life. He always said about dream, dream, dream. Dreams transform into thoughts, thoughts results in action. So I inspired by this quote, and he always encourages students, professionals, everybody. So he always said about the dreams, but where they fulfill their dreams. So there is something they required a platform. So whoever dreaming about their career, their job, their passion, they need something, a platform. So then I felt, okay, I should build something to experiment or whatever the career oriented. Just booked a domain called kalamlabs.com. Then after that, kalamdreamlabs.com. So at the next day, I started the domain, but I don't know what to do. So journey and teach me a lot, and started doing some experiments. So doing good now.
It's an inspiring start, sir. But would you like to tell me a little bit about what Kalam Dream Labs is doing right now? Like, who is it for? What is the aim of Kalam Dream Labs? What projects are going on and stuff?
It's there are two areas where about Kalam Dream Labs is all about. One is a human, a student, anything. So humans required a lot of intelligence, sorry. Uh, Usually humans having a lot of desires to do something, and where we are living in this society, so society required a lot of things. So I felt that bringing global technology for local needs is important. So maybe you are living for yourself, but end of the day you have to live for the surrounding and the environmental also. So then that made me story of Kalam sir's artificial limbs project inspired me that, okay, innovation of technology doesn't matter. Innovation, the technology should bring the happiness to the someone's lives also. So that's why I am trying to do in that way.
You had a remarkable journey in the field, a remarkable journey of 30 years in the field of technology, media, NGOs and everything. You have built a lot of great things, a lot of things people have not heard about, but I've come to know about one channel or another. So can you just brief about how the journey was? What is the one lesson that stood out continuously during your, I mean, through your entrepreneur path?
So, of course, there are so many things. So, when it comes to technology, so establishing F9 technologies is one challenging. Uh, as well as when I started Vizag Volunteers, that's in a different part. So, but whenever you want to do anything and you want to achieve anything, always discipline and consistency matters. So when you are maintaining discipline and consistency, there will be definitely a time. So it add value to you. So that same way things happened after 10 years of my social service activities. So I always try to do the best for the uh, impact, not for the just for sake of the event or sake of the publicity. So I always think about the impact, what we can bring, and what we can change in um, the cause. So when COVID came, so when I started a Vizag Volunteers, just as in a WhatsApp group, the same day people called to me, so many people, not like just one or two. So from morning to evening, so WhatsApp group is that time 256 or 252. Uh, by the evening, it's almost filled. The kind of support given and the kind of support they spoke to me, and Satish, whatever you want to do, we'll support you. I know you do best, and I also take care about the risk also. But the concern about me and the confidence about me feel like I am so much happy the day I done something. The last 10 years of my discipline, consistency, and value me a lot. So that's why Vizag volunteers saved so many lives in COVID.
All right.
Mm. Yep. It's like Vizag volunteers saved approximately 3,000 plus lives in COVID.
It's very impressive statistics, sir.
Mm.
So one thing I wanted to know is, in this generation of startups where everyone, every investor, every entrepreneur, every entity, every system that's part of, the business, the startup is running after money, is running after valuations, profits and revenue and everything. And on the other side, you're a person who's a mix of both the worlds. From the business sector, from the business side, you're making money through for F9 technologies and other ventures, and you also are doing philanthropy and non-profit through the one of the NGOs you mentioned, Vizag Volunteers. So, what do you think qualities help for an entrepreneur being a person of social change and a person of social change being an entrepreneur? Like, how do those qualities mix and match for you?
Mm. Everybody, whoever, just Ajib Premji or Bill Gates, anybody, once they earn, they want to do something for the society. So there are front and back. So when it comes to me, I feel that okay, it's not only about earning, it's always about satisfaction. When you are doing something, it's always about your satisfaction. Whoever, someone wants to drink a daily, that's for his satisfaction. So someone wants to play something, so that's for his satisfaction. It's like an addiction. You should not be addicted to anything. So even sustainability of yourself and serving the society is also, both you should maintain properly. So that's how I feel that earning is not only the main criteria. Earning and serving is also feels happy. So that's how I always build a social entrepreneurship. Even without knowing about the name of the social entrepreneurship, I started doing as an entrepreneur. I am doing business as in a social service active person. I do social activities also. So that's how slowly I added values to both of them. Then I feel that the happiness comes, that impact came, and always feel proud and happy. So pushed me a lot to do then.
Yes, sir. So the big businessmen, the big fortune companies, all of them have the government quoted CSR activities, CSR funds allocated, and all that. And apart from that, at the big company, the brand image, their social image matters a lot. So you can't really differentiate whether a good CEO, good founder, a good managing director is doing it for the good of the company or for the good of the brand or just for themselves or just naturally coming out of goodwill. So, do you think emerging entrepreneurs, small scale businessmen who are working so hard to margin profits, make a living, and run a company in the first thing, should have a thought, should have that mindset of social goodwill, having taking a money out of the profits of the revenue or their own spending towards a social change, towards a social cause?
Actually, whatever the social service, whenever someone is doing, you should not do it for the records or anything. Whenever you are doing any social service, um, it's all doing because you want to find like-minded people. That's the most important and challenging thing in your life. Building a right people surround you is more important, so that whatever the venture, whatever the business you are doing, it definitely connects. Otherwise what happens, so you are always running for money, someone is also running for a money, and you display something for their cause or something, it definitely not connects to you and as well as for them. So whoever you or whatever you want to do something, you should connect to the like-minded people. Slowly it may takes time, but definitely you have a long journey with them, and as well as they're kind of always supporting system. They will not pull you, they push you. So that's the difference between.
Interesting, sir. So, why did you choose to dedicate your, a significant portion of your time, your office space to? I mean, you already have into the philanthropy, in the NGO, in the social cause of it. So, how has this benefited, like in specifics, your entrepreneur journey, your companies that make money for you, make money for your side ventures, your future ventures, your NGO, and other activities? So, like direct specifics.
It's not like that, because as I said previously, so you need to build something, like-minded people surrounded you. Whenever you have a lot of plans to do so many things, but you need trustworthy and as well as passionate people. You can't hire a passionate people, you can't hire uh, honesty people, you can't hire someone who are desire to do something in their life. So you cannot hire them. You only can find and you can only can uh, build in your build in your network. So when you want to do something in a larger picture and future vision, so you need a lot of people to do, right? So you can't be alone, and you can't do with only for yourself. So you have to build in a process, win-win situation and community. So these communities, micro level communities, play a significant role in you and as well as the society. So that's how I build this Kalam Dream Labs, to connect, find like-minded people, and as well as we can work on the relevant causes. And there are so many communities, actually they failed because they don't have like infrastructure or possibilities to just kickstart anything. So that's a more important. It's not always about money. Example, a student, we feel that 200 is not 200 rupees is not a big deal, but there are few students I have seen 200 rupees is very big deal for them. But he's a very passionate and honest guy. So he always wants to learn, but it always a price tag. Price tags always
Limitations, yes.
limitations, and then conflicts creates. So that's the reason I want to build an open office. So anybody, whoever passionate, who wants to do something, and just come, learn, explore, find like-minded people, grow. No commitments, no hashtags, no price tags.
It's very generous of you, sir. But I want to ask you this question. Have you ever been in a situation like you obviously have a monthly, statistics income and outflow of money, income from your agency, from your projects, and what you do with F9 Technologies, and outcome to NGOs and everything. So have you been in a state where you're supposed to, the NGO activities, the social causes keep running. They need to keep running. You can't stop them, right? So the money goes out. And sometimes some clients don't answer back, some projects fail, a bank goes off, stock falls, and you don't get the money in. So how do you deal with that situation?
It's a never-ending story. It always keep happening. Okay? So you need to understand how to handle things. It never, even today also it will happen. So that's how we need to manage money. So financials, people. So sometimes in F9, maybe 1 month, 2 months later also I paid their salaries. They all supported me. They know that. So they are not working for the only salary. So they themselves adjusted, okay, if there is 50,000 rupees, just only. So we are waiting for other bills to has to be released. Whoever having a requirement, a high priority, so they taken, and the rest of the people waited until the rest of the payment. So it's how supporting system, like-minded people, pushing me to do good. That's it.
So it's your employees who
No
push you.
employees in my company.
Okay.
So all our team.
Okay.
So there is no employee model, and there is no holiday structure is also different. 365 days working days. Okay, whoever wants as many leaves they can take, so they have to inform. That's it.
Very interesting, sir. I'm sure a lot of people who would like to, have such an offer in the upcoming environment for themselves.
Yeah, definitely.
But for you as a person, you're running a company. You're answerable to people. They might be investors, they might be stakeholders, they might be clients you have to deliver. So this, it is the right thing to do. But were there any extreme scenarios where you learned something for yourself, something extreme, good or bad?
Yeah, we have to learn. It's like maybe one project having a different issue, another project having a different issue, and we feel that this project definitely will profit 5 lakhs or 10 lakhs, but unfortunately something happened in between, and so they quit the project. So it always happen. It's always learning curve. So based on our learning curve and our experience, we'll take few decisions, and next time we take precautions. So this is all about, because based on the situation, person, people will keep taking decisions, and we'll upgrade ourselves. It's like an OS upgradation. We have to keep upgrading ourselves. Company rules, because we cannot talk like in a Microsoft or Infosys. We can't give so many restrictions to the project, because we need, end of the day we need project, but we have to sacrifice and we have to compromise few things.
Interesting, sir. Very interesting to know. So back to Kalam Dream Labs.
Yes.
So is it like a nurturing free school environment, or is it like more like an incubator?
It's not an incubator.
Okay.
It's like a mentoring center and open office. It's like nurturing.
Okay.
Okay. And peer-to-peer learning. It's not like I am teaching the classes, or not like that. So just giving in a space, like-minded people will gather, and they discuss about themselves, and they try to find out the where they are lagging. So once they understand what to do and everything, so then I'll guide, and I'll try to find a right mentor or a right connect. So I'll connect to that network, or maybe connect to a mentor, connect to someone who are good at and who are passionate in that industry specifically. So that connecting dots is the high priority.
Yes, sir. Actually, align with the same. I align my thoughts on the same topic. The thing I love about entrepreneurship, the journey and the whole part of it, the ecosystem, is because every entrepreneur is so giving. Every entrepreneur is willing to sacrifice that 30 minutes of free time they have, that 500 rupees that they might have saved for something else, just for a fellow entrepreneur, just because they can get one step closer to achieving their dream, their goal, their objective. So that is one thing I love about entrepreneurs. But real entrepreneurship is scaling, whether it's a social cause, whether it's a company, whether it's a consumer problem, a luxury, whatever they're building, it's about scale. And scale involves building software, building platforms, marketing. It takes a lot of money, a lot of resources. So a kid who just came to Kalam Dream Labs with the aim of setting up 100 computers in his village, he might do one computer, two computer through donations, through charity and all. But how does he make the dream of 100 computers come true? He must have some business or financial objective for himself to power this dream, right? How does he do that?
See, every problem have a solution. So it may be a problem, it may be related to something which we feel that 100 computers is very difficult to find. Where you are searching the solution is important. Example, that same story happened. So while in Vizag volunteers we are doing COVID activities, so even I don't know more about oxygen concentrator. So wave 2 initiative started, then everybody are running for oxygen and oxygen concentrators. It's like 1.5 lakh or something in market, gray market. It's like they are selling for 2 lakhs also. Just I had a vision, okay, we should have at least 100 concentrators and we should start an oxygen bank.
Okay.
I don't have 1 crore or 2 crores money to start. Then I started discussing with everybody and just spread, we are starting an oxygen bank, okay, whoever wants to support, just to support. It went to US, that poster went to US. So 1997, doctors association, so who studied in Vizag Andhra Medical College, so they want to donate oxygen concentrators. They are finding whom to donate. So we received 76 oxygen concentrators from US. Even government is also not able to find concentrators where there is availability. Even China is also not available. So we received through flight. So when you have will and when you want to do something, so you keep publish and spread word to right people. Then there will be definitely few gates may open, few people may having a question. So there is a lot of discussion happen in between me and these doctors. So they interviewed me 2-3 times and they inquired about me, all the Vizag fellows, and they whoever having their connections. So everybody said about, okay, giving it to Vizag volunteers is the best way. So that's where, so when you want to do something, maybe student, whoever, when he wants to do something, he should have guts to tell, I want this. If you are, if he is not having guts to tell and confidently, I want this, no one will support to him. That's how. Keep publishing whatever you thought. Keep publishing whatever you want.
Wow, very inspiring. So straightforward.
That's it.
Yes. I guess this applies in a lot of sectors. Whether a person is just doing a great job, sales work, marketing, or anything at all. But do you think are any kind of resources that is lacking in terms of like cities like Vizag? I mean, Hyderabad, Delhi, Tier 1 cities in India are filled with resources, filled with government events, and filled with a lot of activities going on that naturally promotes people, children, adults, teenagers, every sort of people with them. But the Tier 3 cities like Visakhapatnam, Rajahmundry are kind of left out in like a black. What do you think? What are the changes that need to be imposed in these cities from a corporate perspective, from a ecosystem perspective, from a government perspective. So what do you think of that?
Mm, just 10 years back, do you know anybody starting anyone in company? Not 10 years, maybe 15 years back, people even don't know what is startup.
Yes.
Even Hyderabad also, they started IT company, they don't know it's a startup. They started a product, they don't know it's in a startup. So it's a business. So the terminology is always different, and someone wants to find a problem, someone wants to find a solution, someone wants to do business on it. End of the day, transaction. So what kind of transaction it is? So it's a tier 2, tier 3, whatever it is. If someone wants to find a problem and want to chase the problem and find solution, and end of the day he wants to earn out of it, or get benefited out of fame, name, credibility. So these are the two primary things. It naturally happens as water flows down. So someone is having really passion, but ecosystem is matters always about uh, the journey should be very um, smooth, and people should understand whenever they are need a network connection. So cross connections, so for that requirement you need network and like-minded community. So last 10 years, governments also understand the value, and they also started building activities related to that. And corporate companies, so they are replicating the whatever happening in US, and they are organizing like Google events or something like that. So it's all happening from few years, last 10 years. Why? Because when I'm the uh, as in I'm running an IT company, but I don't know I am a startup. I started a startup, but Vizag startup, when the people are started community, I regularly encouraged, and being a Vizag guide, I started encouraging all startup ecosystem, and done a lot of hackathons, workshops, training sessions, mentoring sessions, so many things we organized. So I'm the core team member for the Vizag startup ecosystem. But thing is, what happened? Government policies keep changing, ecosystem enablers keep changing, and the schemes, government, banking regulations changes. But a budding entrepreneur, a student wants to do a startup, he need a lot of support from the family. He needs support from the financially. He needs support from the knowledge oriented. But there will always a lag. So that's how the ecosystems uh, required support. So that's the reason now everybody knows where to go and whom to contact, because of technology is available. So they can find in Google, maybe YouTube, and they find a solution, or may they find who can he trust, and maybe who can find a mentor also.
So I agree with what you just said. But even in this tech-driven world, even in a world of zero latency communication, even in a world where just 5 years back, internet used to cost research, whatever knowledge used to cost 30 rupees, 60 rupees, 100 rupees per hour just to browse, and that's a very expensive thing to pay. Right now, knowledge is free. Knowledge is in the air, just like oxygen, and so even that has changed. I agree to there's WhatsApp groups, there's internet, there's Facebook groups and all that. But I just feel information as a whole, resources as a whole, people as a whole are disorganized. Even if it's like Dubai, even if it's San Francisco, Hyderabad, Visakhapatnam, irrespective of that, there are entrepreneur people. There are great community builders. There are people who want to bring social cause, do good in the society, but they're individually isolated, right? They're individually isolated into their own environments. Everyone has their own problems. Someone is going through family problems, financial problems. I am going through my education problems, college. I have to have my attendance. I'm sure everyone has their people have bills to pay. So even though once and often someone comes to me for help, and I genuinely want to help, I'm just occupied in my own circle, own problems, and same thing for the other person. So that's how we started. We thought of building a zero to one, a zero to infinity, should I say, zero to infinity Discord group where we can just keep all resources, like what kind of people you can reach if you're working in medtech sector. Who should you reach out to? What is the research analytics you're supposed to know about? If you're working in generative AI, if you're working in cloud. So there's categories and categories, and having resources, know how to hire people, where to post, how to talk, how to do sales pitch, how to validate your idea, whether it's even it's a social thing, whether it's a business thing. So you thought of building something like this. So what kind of advice would you give? I mean, you're having 30 years of experience, right? So what kind of advice you give to someone like me who's trying to build a community like this?
First of all, see, communities is always about how many people are actively engaged in that. See, resources are always plenty, but think which resources is required to you is important.
Yes, sir.
So resources is always important, but plenty of resources are always available in the market and network. But where connections and network is important. You said how to hire people, and actually as an entrepreneur he can't do everything. He need the experts who can take that challenge. Driving is very easy until unless you know. But already someone already know driving, how to drive, so he can drive easily. If I teach you how to drive, this book will teach you how to drive easily. So it takes a lot of time. So that's how resources is different, people are different. So you need to connect more people with resources. So then whatever you feel, whatever you thought, it definitely will happen fast.
Yes, sir. I think people are resources. People are everything. People are knowledge and everything. Beyond infrastructure, beyond systems and everything. So, Satish, I wanted to ask this question. If right now you had a button you could click and go back to 21-year-old Satish, what would you do? What industry would you pursue? What would you try to build? What would you try to change? With you have the same knowledge of it for 30 years, 40 years.
So 21.
Yes.
Okay. So I definitely uh, go back 21 years, then immediately I'll start an IT company.
Okay.
Okay.
Will it be F10?
It's F9 only. Why should
F9
it?
only. Okay.
F9.
Okay. All right.
Okay, because it's already 16 years happened.
Okay.
So from 16 years, I'm running a F9 technologies.
Okay.
So definitely I start an IT company. So may I build a complete product based company like SAP or something like that. So that's how, maybe in fintech or whatever it is. So definitely I'll a product based and service based company.
Okay. Very interesting. So, what about the philanthropy side? What else would you change about that? Or something big? Would you aim beyond a nation? Would you think of going to other countries?
No. I always love Vizag. Okay. I
No,
want.
what I meant was the impact, the reach. There are underdeveloping countries that are having a worse. A sanitation level worse than what India has. So, would you think of impacting them, helping them?
Yeah, I may help. I definitely help them. But first of all, I always, local is important. So everybody having their own problems, even forget about some other area. So if you go to Arku, Paderu, so they still don't know so how to drain their waste. So there will be always happen surrounded us. So definitely we have to work on. So Vizag, there are so many educated, but if you see our Vizag beach, how it will be.
Yes.
Okay. So from last so many years, I started beach cleaning. It's almost 570 beach cleanups I completed.
Yes.
So, so 570.
570 beaches.
Last Sunday, it's about 570 beach cleanups completed. But still, it's very difficult to change the society. but I am pushing, and society and government organizations, NGOs. So everybody is just now little bit of inspiration, little bit of force. Start People are started doing beach cleanups, and they also do want to do something, and government also establishing proper infrastructure for the beach cleanups. So it will always happen, and it takes a lot of time to create impact in the society.
Satish, I wanted to ask this question personally for myself and for other emerging entrepreneurs out there. People often talk about the success, news lines, evaluate unicorns, billionaires. People talk about success all the time. But failure is very underestimated. The things it teaches you, the journeys, the path it
Yes.
takes you on. So what is the one or two failures you're really grateful for in your life?
So yeah, definitely I have worst scenarios in my life. So when I started at F9, I feel the next like within 1 year, 2 years, I'll build like in a 500 employees company, a 500 people, and I'll do 200, 300 crores company, something like that. Calculations, numbers on paper is always easy. Things changed. How world works, we don't know clearly. So disasters happens. Even in US there is a disaster happened, but I don't know what's happened there and their bank, but it reflects in 2008 and my company. So then I lost big contract. I don't know what to do. So I convinced my whole family to invest in IT company. Then I feel that, so I can't stay in home. I taken loans from fellow members, friends, family members, network, and everything. It's like uh, the nightmare in my life. I don't know what to do, how to go forward. So it teaches me a lot. In a in a stage, I used to sleep in a room. Front one room is in office, one room is for bedroom, one in hall is about working area. So if situations are not supported and financially is not available, I used to eat a biscuit packet, felt the whole night. So that kind of situation and that kind of stays I, I spend, and I think it teaches a lot, and how to talk to people, how to manage people, how to be more understandable about what's your business. So that's how it teaches me a lot.
So the playbook of being a great entrepreneur, great CEO, great at being at life is never giving up.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
it. I never give up.
Yes.
Whatever it may be, whatever it happened, I don't mind.
All right, Satish, it is very interesting to know a lot about you. So I wanted to end the podcast with a bunch of rapid fire questions.
Oh.
So risk or stability?
Hmm?
Risk or stability?
Stability.
Okay. Early mornings or late nights?
I'm early morning. I wake up at morning 4:20.
Okay. Okay. Bootstrapped or venture funded?
Bootstrap.
Okay. Pitch to investors or sell directly to consumers?
Sell to consumers.
Okay. So one last thing, what would you, what should a person starting a company today should remember? Like, what are the top three things a person starting a company should remember about?
First, you need right team with you. Second, you need low expectations. Okay, low expectations. Earn at least a 1 rupee or a 10 rupees is also happy. Just go with the progress, not with the just numbers. Okay, profit is 10 rupees is also good. That's it. So slowly you can increase that. Third, understand the technology, how it going forward, how it impacts you. So that's most, three are most important. If you are not understanding technology and you are over expecting and overestimating profits and failing, that's, so profits always is profits. Whatever it is, you have to at least get a profit out of 1 rupee or a 10 rupees, and you need right people beside you. If it three are not there, nothing works.
All right, very interesting to know that. But the one last thing is very conflicting to me. Do you think everyone should start finding the team first for your idea, or start working on your idea and then find the team along the path?
I can tell one thing: ideas are unlimited. No idea will win until unless you implement and you market. So when you are not implemented the best idea, and when you are implemented also, if you are not marketed, there is no use. So idea should be implemented and idea should be marketed well. Then only you will get success. Otherwise, it's very difficult to enjoy the success.
It's a very powerful quote, sir. It's a very nice way to end the podcast. It's for great having you here, sir.
Thank you very much. Thank
Yes,
you.
sir. Thank you.